Yeah, Big Baby JTV. Start off with a like, comment, subscribe, especially that sub part. Also, don't forget to slap a like, man. Y'all are playing with me, man. Stop playing with your boy. Join the Patreon, by the way. I'm going to give you 2 seconds to slap that subscribe button. Thank you. I appreciate that, bro. And ladies, by the way. Yes, I know the ladies are in the building. Shouts out to the ladies. But let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Charleston White was on DJ Vlad, a.k.a. The Police's channel. And he was talking about the situation with Mob James, right? And if you guys are out of the loop, Charleston White is a character, right? Let me repeat. Charleston White is a character played by a man who's called Charleston White, right? Who is a civilian / community activist / anti-gun, pro-black, youth developer, activist pretty much, who pretends to be gangsta and cosplays as gangsta and goes in interviews and says some highly entertaining but also highly disrespectful ish. So you know how my last video was about Fulio? Y'all better check that out. Peep that. I went in, right? How Fulio had one of the most disrespectful tracks of 2021. We have Charleston White, who says some of the most disrespectful things to rappers, to cities, to gangs, period, right? And then you have on the other side Mob James, who was a Pyru from the 90s, who used to run around with Death Row. He used to do security with Death Row, and he was almost the big homie to Suge. So he's gangsta for real. He's about it. But, he's in his 50s now, and he's kind of pushed back against the gang a little bit. He still has his gangster attitude, but he pushed back against it because he lost his brother through the gang-ish, right? Like a lot of dudes go through, you lose people, right? Literally, his brother got killed. So basically, Charleston White was on a podcast with Mob James, and they were arguing about streets and the gangs and basically California versus Texas. Who's thugging? Which one's the real estate? Which one, and how it affects our youth, whatever. It was a pretty productive conversation, but the character, Charleston White, got very loud, very disrespectful, and stood up and was talking in front of Mob James' face, right? To the point where Mob James was holding the blicky on him, right? He was about to pull out. Charleston apparently himself, he also had a pistol on him with his people. This was in Texas, right? So it would have been whoever could have shot first, they could have claimed self-defense and would have been justified on both ends, right? So then he was on DJ Vlad about a week ago, and he claimed, Charleston White I'm talking about, Charleston White claimed that he was going to call the police and get Mob James arrested, right? Now, if you were to watch the video, you'd see that Charleston was talking so disrespectful. It's not, it was, you calling him out of his name, like, you know what I'm saying? But what it was is that Charleston White admitted that he did that to bait Mob James into doing some gangster-ish, you know what I mean? And then he would have called the cops and had Mob James arrested. Let me tell y'all something, man. Why did I make this video? I made this video to let y'all know that y'all need to be careful with people. Y'all need to be careful with people because these are wolves in sheep's clothing. Charleston White, he's entertaining, man. I love how he talks. I love a lot of his talking points. I actually agree with him. I align with him in terms of his vision of getting kids off the street, kids off gangs, rebuilding the black family. I love it. I'm about black power, and he's about that too. I love that about him. But his methodology, where he goes on interviews and disrespects people to go viral, and goes and says the most crazy things about gang members, about gang people. He's basically doing the TEKASHI 6ix9ine strategy, but by doing Say Cheese and DJ Vlad interviews. Is it going to make him popular? Absolutely, because this is the internet. Internet likes insane, crazy, disrespectful people. It does. But in real life, a nigga like Mob James is going to pull up on you and pull out a pistol and shoot you. Charleston White. That's what I'm trying to get to. Everybody watching this video, be careful who you talk to, who you do business with, because they were doing business. They were on a podcast together. Be careful who you deal with, because however they might pretend they are, whatever they might show you a bravado gangster image, when in reality they're a soft kitty cat that's going to snitch pretty much and trap you and end your life. Because I'm telling you right now, if Charleston White called the police on Mob James would be in a jail cell tonight, and he would be there for the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? He had felonies on him, right? So that's what I want to let y'all know today. Be careful with dudes like Charleston White, man. Dudes who are wolves in sheep's clothing. Does he have a great message? Absolutely. Does he have a righteous message? Absolutely. Does he have better things to say? Absolutely. Is he doing it the wrong way? Yes. Yes. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below, man. Was Charleston White crazy for this? Is he right? Is he wrong? Like, comment, sub, Big Baby J. And I'm out, bruh.